Around here, there's a bunch of crooks around here.
You ain't supposed to be in that jail, boy. Get out of there, man.
No, that's a total no, man. That coming.
Is my salary going up?
Bahamian people gotta wake up.
This is my 5 cents and I approve this message.
Good evening, Bahamas. You're tuned into MB12 Weekend, broadcasting from Cable 12 Studios on Robinson Road. Coming up tonight in news, how the Bahamas is safeguarding itself from a serious viral infection spread by mosquitoes. The Minister of Culture defends Bahamas Carnival. Is the Free National Movement ready for new leadership? Plus, looking to buy or sell a home? We've got some important tips for you. I'm Paige McCartney, and we've got those stories and more straight ahead on MB12 Weekend. Welcome once again to MB12. As we work our way through this rainy season, which also happens to be the time when the prevalence of mosquitoes rises, health officials say they're confident about the measures they've taken to handle the threat of the possible deadly Chikungunya virus. Health Minister Dr. Perry Gomez says the first step is ensuring it never spreads to the Bahamas. Our Jasmine Brown reports.
It was back in February that officials first revealed that they were on high alert for Chikungunya, also known as CHIKV. But now, months later, officials say cases of the virus have been found in countries bordering the Bahamas. CHIKV is a viral disease spread by mosquitoes that causes fever and debilitating joint pain. The symptoms of CHIKV are similar to those of dengue fever. However, it is caused by a different virus. Early this year, there have been confirmed cases on St. Martin, Dominica, Guadeloupe, Martinique, St. Bart's, and the British Virgin Islands. Now the virus appears to be inching closer to the Bahamas, with 6 confirmed cases in Cuba this month. But Dr. Gomez insists the Bahamas is prepared.
Our ministry is doing a good job now in trying to keep it out.
The health minister says the first line of defense is at ports of entry, where health officials have initiated sterilization tactics.
As a prophylactic, preventative, we are trying to encourage the spraying of aircraft that come in from potentially infected areas. They're sprayed on arrival and on departure, so that we don't become implicated in the transfer of someplace else.
Healthcare providers continue to screen for the virus, but there have been no reported cases in the Bahamas. The ministry has set up testing at clinics at the Princess Margaret Hospital to screen for both dengue and CHIKV.
We are a well-oiled machine in the Ministry of Health, and particularly in public health. Public health, we have an excellent department with public health, and that's why our country has been so safe.
Rapid testing is also available on the Family Islands. Reporting for NB12, I'm Jasmine Brown.
And officials revealing new HIV/AIDS statistics, saying since the first case of HIV was discovered in the Bahamas, 4,000 people have died from the virus. According to the National HIV/AIDS Center manager Marva Jarvis, more than 12 people in the Bahamas tested positive for HIV, accounting for about 3% of the population.
In the Bahamas, cumulative, and I'm talking about 1985 and to about 2013, there is in excess of 12,000 persons diagnosed with HIV or AIDS in the Bahamas. Greater than 4,000 have died, so we probably are looking at 8,000 something persons are living in the Bahamas with HIV and AIDS.
Now, officials do admit there has been some difficulty reaching the people who are considered to be most at risk for the deadly virus. She said the Ministry of Health is considering implementing HIV/AIDS mobile testing to reach a greater number of people considered to be at risk. Well, the strategic plan of the National Festivals Committee is complete and will be presented to Cabinet this week for approval, according to Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Dr. Danny Johnson. However, Johnson said he's found himself defending something that he believes will be more than beneficial for not only Bahamian culture, but also the Bahamian economy. The government has allocated a $1 million investment for the festival, slated for the first 2 weeks of May 2015. But Johnson said that's a drop in the bucket for what's a cost to put on similar events.
The budget for this type of thing is between $8 and $10 million. Every time you do a large scale event, just like IAAF, any big event where you're going to have, say, 25, 30,000 people, you have to get the logistics right, you have to have the security right, you have to have the airport, hotels, everything has to be synchronized. You're looking at, over $7 million, but you don't have to pay the whole thing. You get TDK to pay $1 million. You get Coca-Cola to do $1 million. You get Brands Mart to do $1 million. You get Kelly's to do $1 million. You get Ministry of Tourism to do $1 million. You get the Professional Gulf Association of America. You get an investment company to do $1 million. You get HSB Bank to do $1 million. That's how you do big, large-scale events.
Many have been critical of government's plan to invest $1 million at a time when the country is financially strapped, but Johnson said the returns from this investment will be enormous.
You're looking at an economic impact similar to what we did for the World Relays of about $30 million every time you do this event. That's $30 million from people who don't normally come to the Bahamas. The people who came to that, they don't come to the Bahamas. $30 million from people who may come and are going to want to come again. People who came to our track event have already booked for next year. They have booked for next year. This is people who would come from New York, Canada, London, all over the place, where we have gone to show what we can do in their arena, and we have yet gotten our model in gear where we invite them to our arena.
There's also been opposition from some in the local music and culture arenas that the government is promoting something that is not strictly Bahamian and is allowing too many foreign stakeholders to have a say in how the events will be run. Johnson said those people are misinformed.
If you want to go in the business of culture, we got to go at the biggest brands, the best brands. We must perform and be ready for the world stage. We have to interface with the big brands in the world to get our artists on that stage. That is the purpose of the National Festival Commission, and the carnival-style event is only one of 10 events, and it is infused with only Bahamian culture.
Johnson maintains that the model of the festival is one that will stimulate the local cultural economy and expose the Bahamas internationally in the way hosting the IAAF Relays did.
The model that we are talking about is one that is on tour. So it's just like if you're going on the PGA tour. We partner with the PGA, and now the Bahamas is a stop on the PGA tour. You got it, KB? The Bahamas is going to be a stop on the NCAA tour for football. We're one of the stops. We're saying there's a 24-hour, 12 months a year tour going around the world that is carnivals, masquerades, major national festivals. This minister and this ministry is putting the Bahamas on the tour globally. And what comes with the tour is just like joining the NBA. What comes with the tour are the global brands. They pay for the festival. What comes with the global brands is the advertising dollar that is necessary for us to have global reach and global impact, and for our local artists like KB to get his music out there on the world stage.
And in other news tonight, there's no word just yet on when the two major political parties plan to host their national conventions, but the Free National Movement could be gearing up for new leadership after 2 years with Dr. Hubert Minnis at the helm. Many within the party have been vocal about possibly vying for the top spot, including Deputy Leader Loretta Butler Turner and Deputy Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands. When asked recently if he's satisfied with the current leadership, Sands said this.
We have some work to do, and I think that the fact that there has been comments and concerns says that you can always get better. And so that every single one of us, every single day, need to be working to get just a little bit better or a lot better.
And as Dwayne Sands running for leader, who's running as your deputy leader?
Now, we're talking hypotheticals,
Hypotheticals.
Let's just say there's some things you say, old people say, some you keep to your chest and some you put out there.
Okay. Sands said he has not made up his mind on whether he will in fact challenge Minnis for the leadership position, but says he believes all of the contenders for leadership are capable of taking the party into the 2017 general election.
You look at those individuals that have aligned themselves with the leadership of the Free National Movement, they all bring unbelievable talent to the table. Now, some may have skills and strengths in one area and perhaps need some work in other areas. But overall, I think that as you look at the first cut most of the people that form the leadership of the Free National Movement, the executive of the Free National Movement, there's no doubt about their ability. Coming up with the right formula, the right team, demands a little bit of added work.
The FNM held its Central Council meeting Thursday night, and senior party members discussed when the next convention will take place. Sands said it's important to position the party now to take back governments of the country.
But I think that as we go into the election of 2017, we are going to present a formidable team that has paid attention to the concerns of the Bahamian public and who, unlike this particular government, has focused on a public relations campaign. We're more concerned about getting the job done.
Stay with us when MB12 returns, a Bahamian researcher getting to the root of HIV/AIDS in her studies. We'll tell you more about that and other stories when we come right back.